This girl I used to be okay, there we go. This girl I used to be friends with blocked me and is now shit-talking me all over ST. There's a bunch of posts with information that only she knows. Why? That's my entire week ruined. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream. Actually, that happened to me. When I first became Mystic, I had this, like, anonymous user, and turns out it was my ex. Still obsessed with me. I must be pretty great. He can't get over me. Or pretending he hates me. A liar. If you didn't like me, you wouldn't be going out of your way to interact with me. But yeah, he was crazy. And yeah, after I thought I was never gonna hear from him again, he decides, I think because he saw a lewd video of me, and then he's like, because he's still obsessed, decided to come and try trolling me. Because he's obviously mad that he lost me, because... and that he lost someone like this. He'll never find someone like me again. But yeah, he was really crazy. Like, he wasn't that bad when we were together. He was the first person I ever dated, but when I was 17, and I used to be really shy. And so I just kind of, someone showed me attention, so I went for it, and it was not a good idea. Don't just date random people. Think about who you choose. Because, like, he was okay at first, but then it was, I wasn't really interested in him, so I got tired of it and I wanted to leave, but I was scared to leave because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I wanted to, like, just be friends or something. But I, like, stayed in the relationship for an entire year in fear, and, like, I always, like, whenever he has to go out, I always went out to do stuff with him, despite not wanting to. And I spent the whole day with him, and I thought I was losing all my time, but I didn't say anything because I was scared, because I used to be like that. I used to be scared to do what I want, and scared to upset anyone, even if they're being toxic to me, because I always thought I was the problem. And, well, he wasn't, like, really toxic while we were dating. Like, he was normal. That he had his moments. There was... What I found strange was that he, like, never showed emotion. Like, not even happiness. He tried really hard to hide his emotions, and I found that kind of weird. Like, I love emotional people. I love when, people show their emotions to me. It makes me feel like they trust me, and, yeah... when, like, I'm really drawn to people when I see, like, them venting on Twitter, because I can relate to them. I like people I can relate to, so other people who vent, it makes me more interested in them. And also content creators who, like, vent as well. I'm drawn to them. Yeah, I don't really... I understand why people hide their emotions, because they're scared, but they need to learn to stop doing that, because emotions are good for you, and if you keep your emotions, if you keep holding in your emotions, you're going to be bitter and not very happy, and that's often why a lot of people are toxic, because they don't show their emotions, and the emotions are going to come out one way or another. And if you don't show them, like, if you avoid showing them in, like, in a healthy way, like, it's just, crying, like, sometimes, whatever, your emotions are going to come out and you're gonna get mad at people and stuff, and that's not very good. Like, talking about stuff is a good way of releasing emotions, at least for me, and especially if people are listening to me. Yeah, I'm very intimidated by people who don't show their emotions because I never know what they're thinking, and I know that most people who hide their emotions can be really bitter and like unpredictable and get angry randomly, and yeah, I don't like that. I used to not show my emotions that much because society is stupid and taught me that my emotions were bad because I used to be really over emotional. And I used to cry randomly all the time, and the other kids bullied me for it. And I thought people didn't like me because they thought it was weird that I was super emotional. Thank you for following. And my family, I was constantly criticized for being emotional by my own family, who said, like, just told me to stop being emotional, but that's not how it works. Like, you can't, that just makes it worse. How you stop people from being emotional is listening to them. Hi. But yeah, I was talking about my crazy ex. I got off topic because I was pointing out the fact that he never showed emotion. But yeah, what... It got weird, like, after I finally admitted that I wasn't happy in the relationship. Like, I tried to be as nice as possible. I just, like... I'd rather just be friends, and then he freaked out at me and, like, told me that I wasted his time and that he wished he never met me. Like, okay. And then the next day he called me and asked if we could still date. It's like, after that, no, I don't really want to. No, you kind of just ruined your chances. Even though I wouldn't have been I didn't want to date anymore anyway, so it wouldn't have changed it either way, but that's a definite, like, no, you're never getting back with me again. Like, I hate when people think that anger is gonna get them what they want. And yeah, I was still being nice even on the call, like, I was just saying, I don't know, and he was asking. Like, I was just like, I don't know, and he hung up because I said I don't know. He just hung up on me. He, like, just raged and hung up, and I didn't even say no, even though it was definitely a no, but... I was trying to be nice about it. And then, like, okay, I moved on after this, and, even though I was the one who offered to still stay friends, but he refused that offer, so, okay, but then a year later, he comes back and is like, can we try being friends? And it's like, I was very hesitant about it, but I gave him a chance, which was the worst idea ever. I should not have given him another chance after he acted like that. But I was being super nice to him the whole time, and I kept giving him encouraging messages because I knew he was sad, and yeah, I kept being super nice and just giving, like, him so much encouragement, but I noticed that whenever I talked about anything about myself, he was just like, why? He didn't care at all. He was just got cold and was like, why should I care? Why should I care about what you want? And stuff like that. So, like, he only cared about me being nice to him, but didn't care back. And, yeah, for some reason, I was still being nice to him despite this. And, well, I didn't really want to, but I didn't really have anyone else to hang out for this one day, and I wanted to go to this con thing. So I invited him, and, he seemed really bitter the whole time, and, It felt like he was only trying to be friends with me because he was trying to get back with me, and he seemed out mad because, like, I was making it clear I wasn't interested in anything more than friends. And then, like, at one point, like, we were talking, and, a conversation came up, and I forget what it was that caused me to say this. Like, I replied to something like, "That's why I never want kids," and he seemed super shocked, even though we're not dating, and that doesn't matter. I know he wanted kids, but we're not dating, so that wouldn't matter at all. He seemed like just made this face of utter shock. And then he said something really stupid, like, he said that gay marriage was only illegal because it's bad for the economy because both people would be working, which literally makes no sense. I think, like, he was really stupid. Like, he was really, really stupid. I feel embarrassed that I dated this guy, but I was a desperate 17-year-old. He was all about men's rights too, and it was really cringe, but like I sort of agreed with him on some points where it's like because I'm for equality, so there were some things I'm like I agreed with him, but he was clearly sexist. And one time, like, he asked, he saw my grandparents and he asked why was my grandma driving my grandpa? Because he's like, don't husbands usually like driving their wives? And that made me so angry, but I didn't say anything, and I'm so mad that I didn't just roast him right there for being an idiot like that. Yeah, there was a lot of times where, like, people made sexist comments in the past, and I just wish I could have just destroyed them for it and didn't, like, not say anything. I regret not saying anything because they deserve to be destroyed for being... It makes me so mad. I can't believe I dated this guy. This is stupid. But yeah, anyway, that's just one thing. Off topic, there's a lot to it. After we hung out that one time, he seemed really cold to me again, and yeah, not interested, because clearly he only wanted to hang out with me because he thought there was still hope, when obviously there was not. But that's all he cared about. He talked about how it was unfair to him to still be friends because he doesn't get what he wants. Like, because he can't have more. That's all that matters to him, not my happiness, just that he didn't get what he wanted. He didn't care, it was just, he only cared about his happiness. He was completely self-centered. Like, he just wanted me to feel good about himself, to make him happy. Like, that's the dumbest thing ever, like... It's not fair to me to still be friends after we break up because I don't get more. Suck it up. If you actually cared about me, that wouldn't matter. Like, if I wanted someone and they weren't interested in me back, I would be totally fine with that because I care about them and their happiness, not just my happiness. And yeah, he was always like in a bad mood and very bitter, and like it was off-putting. He wasn't very fun to be around. Like, he was never happy and never positive, and it was just like whenever we hung out it was really boring because like he never seemed like he was in a good mood. Like, I was trying to have fun and he just seemed really like bored all the time. And he was always like talking negatively and clearly thought the world revolved around him because he only cared about his feelings and whatever. A lot of people act like this and think this is totally normal because stupid people don't realize they're stupid. But, then there's more to it. After we hung out, yeah, he stopped really interacting with me anymore because, like, I assumed because he realized that I wasn't going to date him, and that's all he wanted. But then he texted me and, asking for advice on his next relationship, and I'm like, okay, because I'm nice, and started giving him advice. And then but I was finally like getting fed up with how he was acting towards me, how like he wanted me to be nice to him but was never nice to me back, or never cared about anything I had to say. So I started saying, like, talking about how I felt, but his response was, anything else, any other advice? And I got annoyed by it. Like, he was just ignoring anything I said that wasn't advice. And I pointed it out, and he's like, he's like, I dread talking to you, but just need advice on my next relationship. He's like, how can you be that self-centered? You want advice from someone, but you don't even care about what they think in return? And then at that point, I finally got mad at him, and like, was like, I said, I hope you're alone forever. I can't remember, this was a while ago. And then blocked him. And then, yeah, I thought that was gonna be the last of it. But then, after I start making the Mystic account, being an NSFW creator, here he comes back. Here comes this random anonymous troll account. Spamming me with hate, and, like, coming in my server and, like, impersonating me, like, making their profile picture of, I don't know if it was all him, but I assume so. Making profile picture of, a picture of my face, and, trying to say that I was 17 when I was not. Like, trying to cause drama. And, going and interacting with my friends and trying to tell them, like, that he was helping them because I was toxic, and he was trying to save them from being hurt by me because I hurt his feelings because I was mad at him once after he was toxic to me for so long. Like, no one who's innocent hides behind anonymous accounts. And then, like, he started, like, I didn't know it was him at first until in the server he started saying things that only he would know. And then I realized it was him. It took me a while to realize it was him because I wasn't even thinking about him at this point. I'd moved on by then, but he was still obsessed with me. Yeah, he was trying to say, like, how I hurt him, and I'm just talking about my crazy ex. Like, completely self-centered, like, just clearly he was toxic to me, but I got mad at him once, and now he thinks I was just toxic to him, but all I did was not want to date him anymore. That's literally all I did. I was super nice to him other than that. But apparently just because I didn't want to date him anymore, I'm terrible. Also, there was a few more things that were weird and upset me. His family, who were Christian, which never seems to turn out well. He told me that, this is really weird, that, like, when I was 17, he told me that his parents said we should go to a place where I could legally get married at 17, and that was weird. Like, I wasn't thinking about that yet. I was only 17, and we literally just started dating, so I was not thinking about that at the time. Like, the only reason they'd say that is, like, they want to rush us to get married so that I can't leave, like a trap. Like, it feels like they were worried that if I didn't get married right away, then I would realize that he's toxic, which I did. But if he got married, it would make it more complicated for me to leave. And then there was another time that, like, I got super upset by this because he told me that his family said that, they said that he should get me to give up voice acting because it wasn't family oriented, and they didn't even know if I wanted a family. Like, I mean, at the time I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I want a family, but after like a bit, it was like, no, I do not want a family at all. I care more about my voice acting and being a content creator than anything, and I don't even like kids. Or, like, I don't want to ruin my body or anything like that. Like, I'm not, feel no interest in it.